Oftentimes, those that speak with lots of words have little knowledge, right? Lots of words, little knowledge. Try to keep this short. Christians believe in the Bible, and the Bible is filled with stories of prophets. Both the Old Testament and the New Testament are filled with stories of men receiving visions and dreams from God, visits from angels. Between the Old Testament and the New Testament, we had a 400-year gap where there were no prophets. Although during that period of time there was the Maccabees, right? And the miracle of the candles, the miracle of the oil that we celebrate Hanukkah. But there was 400 years without prophets. Now, the last apostle died in AD 100. Ancient manuscripts tell us of some other prophets that lived during the 2nd and perhaps 3rd century. But now, for nearly 2,000 years, there have been no prophets, according to most Christians. Perhaps some Catholics believe that there have been popes that have talked with God. Perhaps some believe that the current pope talks with God. That may or may not be. That some believe that. Of course, Islamic people believe that Muhammad was a prophet. Those in the Church of Latter-day Saints believe that Joseph Smith was a prophet. And most Christians today reject those claims. The overwhelming number of Christians today reject those claims. We don't believe that Muhammad was a prophet. We don't believe that Joseph Smith was a prophet. Then we have the Seventh-day Adventists that believe that Ellen G. White was a prophet or a messenger from God. And that is very difficult for most Christians today to accept, and most reject it. But when asked why they reject it, most Christians come up with information that is simply false. But think about Ellen G. White and what she taught, contrasting that with what Joseph Smith taught, what Muhammad taught, and what, let's say, some of these psychics who claim to speak with spirits and communicate with spirits taught. Because Ellen White is going to be in one of those categories, right? She's either going to be in the category with the Islamic prophet Muhammad or the Latter-day Saint prophet Joseph Smith, or in the category with these psychics that talk with spirits. And yet, Ellen G. White teaches, or taught, that we are saved by grace through faith. She believed in the Holy Trinity, the Godhead, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. She believed that the Scriptures were the ultimate source of authority. When church members came to her for questions on one occasion, she scolded them and told them to search the Bible, and told them, do not come to Sister White and ask Sister White what you should do, but search the Bible. She says that she was the lesser light shining upon the greater light, that is, the greater light being the Bible. Most Christians will agree that Seventh-day Adventists, that loyal Seventh-day Adventists will go to heaven, that they do have a saving relationship with Jesus Christ. But they will not say that about Latter-day Saints that believe in Joseph Smith, nor about Islamics that believe in Muhammad. Nor will they say that about these psychics that believe they talk to spirits. So there is something different about Ellen White, something different than Muhammad, something different than Joseph Smith, something different than psychics. And if I were an atheist or a skeptic examining different religions, I would really see a very big question mark with a group of people like Christians that believe in the Bible, these holy scriptures that are filled with stories of prophets, and yet this God, the God that inspired the Bible, has been silent for nearly 2,000 years and never spoken at all. And yet we see in the book of Acts the prediction that in the last days our sons and daughters will dream dreams and prophesy. In the last days. Do we live in the last days? If we believe that we live in the last days, and we believe that the book of Acts was inspired by God, then we should expect that in the last days our sons and daughters will dream dreams and prophesy. So why is it so difficult for Christians outside of Seventh-day Adventists to fathom the idea that God has called a prophet in the last days? A prophet teaches a belief about the Trinity, teaches salvation through grace by faith, righteousness by faith. That, my friends, I think, has more of a psychological answer than a theological answer. Let's meditate on that.